What's going on, everyone? This is Vance and this is my weekly show where I talk about everything that has happened this week. And to jump right in it with nerd news. The first bit of nerd news is that Young Justice officially begins production on season 3. Greg Weisman and Brandon Venetti, the creators of the show, are set to return to the project. There has been no network to sign on for the show or release date yet, but Warner Brothers did release a teaser photo. The reason why this show is making its return is because Warner Brothers president Sam Register said that it's the fans' passion for a return to this show. And in my opinion of it, I think this is a great move by WB Animation to bring such a beloved show back, because it is truly one of the best animated shows that WB has to offer. But I would actually like to know your opinion on it. Do you think this show should not actually have made a return, or do you think this is the time for a return to this show? And the last bit of nerd news is that Ron Perlman has announced that he will be running for president in the year 2020. Ron Perlman announced this via Facebook in a Facebook video. Perlman even announced his campaign slogan, which is "Make America Great Again." He will be joining Kanye West, who announced his run for presidency in the 2020 elections at the 2015 VMAs. And I feel like if Ron Perlman runs for president, then Charlie Hunnam needs to be his running mate. Just like if Kanye West is running for president, then Pusha-T needs to run as his running mate. And I think all else that I'm going to say about it is, if they all go through with running for president, then it is going to be an interesting year in the year 2020. Donald Trump versus Ron Perlman versus Kanye West is going to be very interesting, to say the least. Now moving on to sports news. And the first bit of sports news is that the UFC has stripped Jon Jones of his light heavyweight title again. This comes following a year-long suspension by the USDA of a doping scandal. Jon Jones was supposed to fight Daniel Cormier for the light heavyweight title back in April before he got suspended. This is the second time by the UFC that Jon Jones has been suspended and stripped of his title. The first time was back in 2015 for a hit and run charge. I feel like Jon Jones is such a great fighter that he really shouldn't get himself into these situations, because this is the second time this thing has happened. Oddly enough, in 2015 he got suspended and he was supposed to fight Daniel Cormier for a title until he got suspended in 2015, and he got suspended again when he was about to fight Daniel Cormier again. And those two have a very heated rivalry as of right now, and I just think it's unfair to Daniel Cormier, because Daniel Cormier just is getting chance after chance to fight Jon Jones to prove that he is a better fighter, because the first time those two met, Jon Jones won that bout. But Jon Jones just needs to get, honestly, his life together, because he just can't keep on going like this. But I'd actually like to know your opinion on it. Do you think Jon Jones really needs help, or do you think Jon Jones is fine the way he is and he'll get back on track? The next bit of sports news, Conor McGregor KOs Eddie Alvarez at UFC 205 to win his second UFC title. Conor McGregor is the current featherweight champion. He defeated Eddie Alvarez at UFC 205 in New York City in the second round for the light heavyweight title. He becomes the first fighter in UFC history to hold 2 titles at the same time. And to me, if you know me on a personal level, you know that Conor McGregor is one of my favorite athletes ever. He really, and like, I love how he talks, but he also backs it up, which is so amazing, because you don't see that a lot, especially in fighting. You'll see a lot of fighters talk, but you won't see them back it up. And Conor McGregor is a special one to do that. And it's just, I feel like a dad, but I'm not Conor McGregor's dad because he's older than me. But I just feel like a proud family member of Conor McGregor to win this. You know, like, I'm just so proud of him, because he's done this before in the lower ranks, but to do this in UFC is a real big achievement. In the last bit of sports news, Miesha Tate retires from the UFC. She announced this coming after her loss to Raquel Pennington at UFC 205. She's quoted in saying, "It's not my time anymore." Miesha Tate finishes her career with a record of 18-7. Miesha Tate is also a former UFC and Strikeforce bantamweight champion. This is the third UFC retirement that I have covered. First it was Uriah Faber, then it was Ronda Rousey, now it's Miesha Tate. Like, these UFC fighters are just dropping like flies. It has to be something in the water, right? I mean, I don't know what it could possibly be, but they're just dropping like flies now. But I'd also love to know your opinion on it. Why are all these UFC fighters retiring now? Now moving on to entertainment news. The only bit of entertainment news that I got is that The Simpsons are making TV history by being renewed for season 30. Like I said, it was breaking a TV record made by Gunsmoke. Currently, The Simpsons are in season 28 with 619 episodes, but when they get to season 30, there will be about 669 episodes. Through season 30, The Simpsons will have a record 669 episodes to Gunsmoke's 635 episodes. The first episode of The Simpsons was in December 17th, 1989. In the span of 27 years, The Simpsons have won 32 Emmys. And currently, The Simpsons are number 52 on IMDb's top TV shows. In my opinion of it, I think this is an amazing feat because I remember watching The Simpsons when I was a young kid at the dinner table with my family. Even though my mom wasn't a huge fan of it, I don't think she was a fan of it at all, actually. But I remember just all of us watching that show while we were eating dinner and having conversation. That about wraps it up for today, but I'd actually like to know your opinion on everything that I talked about today, from Ron Perlman running for president in 2020 to everything that happened in the UFC this week and to The Simpsons renewing for 30 seasons. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.